mori nenyun akobo toiten. My wife nemi yon telelo, madam, ko nenywan. Ehe, ko kingomi mabwa bichu ko kikimwoi kit agenge kelei yekamoi lakwani kele ngap kaimut kamwoen Kipsigis siokose angen ngap kaimut ko werit nengwong koiku taita en gaa. Wany kichamda ngomwoe.
Kongoi mising Bomori, amwoe pole nekotakonyon en kabetetab Bomori ak Batiem. Kainenyun ko Rapkerich kou yon kakemwa, ako amache abaorian ale tuguk chekakomwa biik tugul ko choto. Chekakomwa baorinik tugul kouon choto. Nebo oeng amoche amwa ale families ichu oeng chubo Kipkende ko ngobore hoi murenoni ko kinomi third year komi first year en university. Ko kimongen ale tatun komuti chebichok. Komanon kakomwa kotom kenai ngo abon toitenit anan anyoitenit, lakini amwochini ra kianyoitenit. Lakini en nguni ko Bomori kikokonon lakwet. Ko kangeba komosin bo Kabungut ko uon nyongen ine mising ko yoto. Kap Johnston arap Rop kobo kokwet. Kimenye tugul en gaa. Ako lagok tugul kong'eten nebo keny neming'in ketinye relationship neo nea. Kikichute sukul ak Grace klasit agenge tuwan akebe tuwan kot keit chebo uya. Ako anan keunyege akemwochi kibo keny. Kialel sateben ale kioune wany kiomutu kutu anan ne kotomo asich time ateben makai inai ile kakonin assignment. Jeni kora ko nekit kobo bindanyon. Kanda kotun amu lagokchuk oeng cheechen komi chepto Australia nguni ako koyok pole. Ko werit neo ko non katonon en ireyu. Lakini nekit en wikit age tugul ko kicham kebendi kanisa Good Shepherd akor kakimong'u mongen ale ine nekichute kebe kap Eliud. Kikibendi kap Eliud, kikamwa besio ale okot ane kimolwechi. Lakini Mary nekikaikai kotatun aluchi kialen alu korok chemiten frijit kotatun every weekend yon kakimong'u en Good Shepherd kebendi konywan kor korotwo Mary chego Batiem karonai ole kiyon. Eliud ko kicham koneto moche kotik metinyun en ng'alekab tuga, lakini kinoe koneto kitindo tuga chekororon en town ako kicheng'chinote suswek. Kotun alei besio kilyonen sikeyai tuguchu kolyon kit nemetinye kityo ko akilit nibuch kibwonit kounonito. Amu kiarorchi korenyun alenchi okot chu iyoe ko korenyun ko ndakiteme bo legem akeyai silanget kobwone kolyon ko akilit any kityo any nemomi. Lakini ko kimwowon en chomyet. Ko kingomwoe chon ko mara kikose chona to sindononchi nguno chona en tuga. Ribe tuga kosir kwanda. Ko awekchini Jehova kongoi amun tuguk chekikoyai bichonito. Ketonon en ireyu ketonon amun tekisto nekitindoi en gaa. Tekisto neo nemakimwoe, makiwitegei Ako kwaleini bomori kimi tugul kong'eten olikinye ak kotakochomwech Jehova betusiek kibure tugul kibagenge. Kit nekemwa ayoni ko in kimi ak chepyosenyun aketyini ale pole missing kokabirwech chepto nenyon en Australia akomwa pole ine missing. Ko lagok alak komi yu, mi tugul komakelenen king'et amu nwach kasarta. So nokoi chepyoset komwa kongoi missing.
Na aib nafasi ni amwochi Jehova kongoi amun kakochomwech keityin saisiek chuton kora. Na namwa pole missing en kabatiem, pole en batiem Eliud, pole en batiem Mary. Kikichome icheket missing ako mara kokocham Jehova kosir. Na namwa ale batiem Mary ko kiki great friends from childhood. Kotokeshoreni ak akot batiem ak kewekte memories koba let olikinye ko kiki great friends ak kitestai chomionoton kiribwech Jehova chomionoton kot koit yekokoite kokonech lakwet. Nan amwa mutyo missing en kaniset, namwa mutyo missing en kokwet, namwa mutyo missing en choronok ab kabatiem. Tilyonutik ab kabatiem tugul namwa mutyo missing. Namwa kora ale batiem Mary ko ki chepyoset non kakamwa lakwenyon Elin kole miten Psalms 31. Ki chepyoset neribe konyin, chepyoset netoche toek. Anan abur sait age akabwat komoityini elekiite batiem en chomyet nekitindo nekisoe kityo Jehova nenyon ak kemwochini kongoi amun kikonetech noton asikobit kerib keyai kou yekiyoe anan okot kerikte. Nan amwochi our daughter Elin ale ngoyamin rirenesokab Jehova. May the grace of God be sufficient. May God grant you peace. Peace from God alone. Mamuche apitende shoe chebo your mom, lakini ngotoreton Jehova asikobit keityigei ak aribin. Kongoi, achomin ak aribin. Ngoribe Jehova echek tugul. Thank you.
Kongoi missing. Kakemwowon kele akongen ale tebe biik kole kwany kobun ne bichu asikoba. Ko kakemwowon kele miten ireyu representative nebo sipitali nekomi Mary en Eldoret Oak Tree. Kakile miten Dr. Peter ireyu. Amache konyo tai ireyu akobwonok Karen asikokonech Karen kora history nekobo yuno asiakon akane history nekobo ireyu asingetesetai en biik chebwone kebangangei kounon keng'olole kokingen ole kobendita bichu. Bas asome Dr. Peter Maritim, wherever he is, he should find his way here. Kongoi missing. Kolanyone amae konam Karen.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Ilasu na Jesu. My name is Karen. I'm a sister to Mary Maritim. Mary, let me start from the time she was brought to Eldoret. On the 23rd of last month, October, Mary fell down in her bathroom at night. On the 24th, she called me, and she told me she was not feeling well, that she slept in the bathroom. And we had to liaise with the people who are on the ground. And I want to take this opportunity to thank most sincerely the neighbors in this place, and especially Pastor Kurgat. Pastor Kurgat, I called him and he rushed home here. And we liaised with him, and Mary was telling me she had not fed that day, and she was vomiting. So I was worried maybe her pressure was up, but Pastor Kurgat kept taking even her pressure, and it was normal. Slightly in the afternoon is when I was being told she was at 145/79. I also called Lina. Thank you, Lina and Shemeji Stephen, because you rushed here, and we took off from there. On 25th Monday, you managed to take my sister to Nakuru for medication, where an X-ray was taken, and there was not much which was told from the X-ray. And come the following day, when I called her very early in the morning, we were liaising with my sisters way back in Bomet in Nairobi. And Abigail from Molo came, and she informed me of the position Mary was in. And I had to call Shemeji Onesimus. Thank you so much, Shemeji, because when I called you, you left whatever you had in Kericho and rushed here to take care of this family. And you had been told. So he couldn't be left alone. And I knew my sister would not let go, and he was not going to go to the hospital if nobody was on the ground to take good care. And for sure, when Shemeji Onesimus came, she agreed that she be taken to the hospital. Onesimus liaised with Nelson, and when we called Top Hill Eldoret, because it was now concerning her back, the doctor informed us that he would be there only on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So on Thursday, 28th, they brought him to Eldoret. Thank you, Nelson, because you took the quickest time possible from Nairobi to come and pick my sister to bring to Eldoret, while Onesimus was taking care of Mr. Maritim here at home. At the Top Hill Hospital, having seen the x-rays which were taken in Nakuru, they requested for an MRI. And the MRI showed that Mary had 2 slipped discs on her back, on her spine. So she was to undergo a spine surgery. When she was being prepared to go for that surgery at around 5, 6, 7, her sugars went up to 20. So the doctors were trying as much as possible to control the sugars. We thank God they were able to bring it to control. And at around 9:30, there was this report that the sugars had come down to under 10. So she had to be rushed to the theater. So she went to the theater at around 11 p.m. And while she was on her operation table, when they were starting on all those procedures, unfortunately, her oxygen level came down to under 70. So the procedure could not be done. She was taken back to the ward. On 29th, they were trying as much as possible to work on her oxygen level. And the doctors tried their best. Kama ni kutibiwa, my sister alitibiwa. With all that, it was humanly possible. But on that was on 29th, 30th, Uncle Onesmus calls us from Nakuru. We are in Eldoret with Mary, and he's informing us that Uncle Shemeji Eliud was not feeling well, and they were now rushing him to Nakuru. We told ourselves with our sisters that we were not going to let Mary know because of the condition she was in. And for sure, our sister did not get to know that even her husband had been rushed to the hospital. The same morning, she was busy giving me what to be prepared for lunch for her husband here in Nakuru. Even in her hospital bed, in her condition, every morning she will tell you what to be prepared for her husband. So I was telling her, yes, I've talked with Chemu, and Chemutai has said he has fed well. Unfortunately, things turned the other way around here that particular Saturday. It was not easy. I was by her bedside when these people came, being called down out of the hospital to be informed of what had happened here in Nakuru. My sister is on oxygen, and you have to be there. I want to thank God because He's gracious. For sure, Mungu alitushikilia. When I even went to her bedside, believe me, my sister did not suspect that things were not good here at home. And we kept it between the family members because we did not want her to go down knowing whatever had happened this far end. I want to take this opportunity to thank our in-laws that despite what happened, you stood with us because we were now to take care of the living by then. Mary, on the following day, they had to take a chest scan. And the chest scan now, they wanted to know why her oxygen level was low. And they found out that she had an infection on her lungs. They tried their best. But now the sugar level kept going up and coming down. It could go to 22, it comes down, it goes to 30, it comes to 2. And that's why the doctors were not able to take her back for surgery that early. We liaised with Dr. Maritim Peter standing with me here, and Dr. Mary Beth Maritim on phone, and all the relatives who are there. And we decided that we move Mary for special attention at the oak tree. Thank you so much, because when this treatment started, we opened a wall and you people came in for us. We were able to clear with Top Hill so that they could allow us to transfer our sister to Oak Tree for closer attention because of the sugar levels which were not peaking. My sister was transferred to Oak Tree. We want to take this opportunity to sincerely thank the Oak Tree team led by Peter here. Throughout, they did their best. Our sister was on oxygen all that time, but she was on her senses. We would talk. She would tell you still what to be prepared for her husband here. And I want to take this opportunity hata nitubu mbele yenu because I cheated her to that last minute that I had given what was to be prepared for his meals, while very well our brother-in-law was lying in the mortuary. Octree did their best. Our was on oxygen all that time. And she would ask what day it was, the date of the month. And then, oh, so it's end month. The church has, the staff in the church have to be paid. Can you please call Chepto? Instruct her, aanze kupeana pesa, aanze kulipa salaries in the church. She could tell us what money belongs where, in the bag, at home, in which part of the ship, which belonged to the house of God. And indeed, when we say she was a treasurer with zeal, she minded the work of God above even her health. And that is why, as we stood with our sisters here, we picked a lot and we learned a lot from her. Thank you for the men of God from Nakuru. You stood with us. Pastor Kurgat, you stood with us even throughout the night in hospital. When my sister could not bear the pain, you helped us. When she was asking me to just hold her back, hold her legs, you were there. So the people of Mogon, you are represented. The family was represented. Mary rested, knowing that we loved her. She was amongst us. But the will of God was done because these two